What's up guys? Today I'm going to show you a walkthrough solve on my Traiphum 3x5x5 version 2. I know not a lot of people have a 3x5x5, but I know a lot of people do want to learn how to solve a 3x5x5 because everyone wants to be able to solve puzzles that they don't even have, like including me. I want to know how to solve a bunch of puzzles that I don't have. So I'm going to go ahead and make a walkthrough solve on this puzzle. So let's get this thing scrambled up. Doesn't this puzzle look fantastic scrambled up? Okay, so step 1 is solving a cuboid. If it's a shapeshifter, you first want to get it back into its shape. So let's see what shape, like what puzzle this has turned into. Let's see, there's one layer here, because they're bandaged together. Then there's this middle layer here, right here. And then there's this outer layer, because these two are bandaged, so that's 3 layers. 3 layers here, and 3 layers here. So this has become a 3x3, so we have to solve it like a 3x3 according to this middle edge and like the middle edges and the corner pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and solve this like a 3x3. I'm going to start by solving off my white cross. I normally start off on green, but since white has the 5x5 face and it's, you know, I just do it on white. Where's the other piece? Okay, right here. And where's the orange edge? Right there. So I have my cross now, if you can see that right there. I have that edge, that edge, that edge, and that edge on the white center. And it matches up. Yep, all matches up. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my F2L. I did not do F2L the first time I solved this puzzle, but I feel comfortable with it now, so I do F2L. So let's get the pair. So I just got these, my F2L pair right there. So let's go ahead and insert it. So I have my F2L right here. I have one F2L pair done. Let's see, where's the other one? Okay, it's right there. So let's put that into the back, and it looks like I accidentally solved another pair, so I only have, whoops, I put that in wrong. Sorry, I didn't actually have that F2L. So I have that F2L and that F2L. So I have this corner. Where's the other white and red edge piece? Let's see, it's got to be somewhere. And oh wait, no, sorry. It's this edge piece, not white and red. It's blue and red. So let me pair that up. Okay. And I will insert it now. Okay, now last F2L, I already see the pair and how to pair it up. Hopefully it's paired up. Yep, got paired up. It's right here. So let's go ahead and insert it. So now I have my first 2 layers of my 3x3 solved done. As you can see, that's what the face looks like when it's solved. So now I already have my top yellow cross. So let's go ahead and do OLL and get the yellow face. Well, 3x3 style. Hopefully this does it. And okay, did not screw up that. So I now have my whole yellow face. And we actually don't need to do PLL for this. It doesn't matter. Now that we have the basic shape of the puzzle back, now we have to start getting everything else back into place. So let's see. No, I can't just turn that. Let's see. No, I can't turn that. Let's see. If I turn it like that. So, whoop, went off frame there. So what I did was I just turned it like that. And I could turn that down to get it like that. So now, let's see what I can do. Can I do this? Did that? Yes, that actually did help. So now it looks much better than what it just looked like. So now, if I bring it back up, I simply need to flip these 2 pieces. So if you know 4x4, that algorithm that can flip an edge pair that you accidentally solved incorrectly, you can use that same thing here. So it goes R2, and you only use the middle R. Then B2, U2, L, U2, R prime, U2, R, U2, F2, R, F2, L prime, B2, R2. So now, we pretty much have the basic shape, but we still have these pieces. I want to go in here. And these pieces I want to go over here. So let's think about this. We know that this case right here, where that's an orange right there, it's in with where the green center is. And when you're scrambling it, there's no possible way we could get an orange, which would be in this hemisphere, into this spot. So we know that is incorrect. Let's continue looking. And we have no other case like that. So I'm going to go ahead and swap that orange with this green piece right here, so it will be in a possible situation. So there's a cuboid parity algorithm that can swap pieces like that. So I'm going to do a couple setup moves and put this piece over here. That way when I swap it, it'll take that out and put it back up there. So I'm going to go like this, and then do an R2. So now that green is over here to swap with that orange. So it goes U2, R2, F2, U2, F2, R2, U2. And since that was only an odd level parity, you have to finish it off with another F2. Now undo our setup move, so another R2 and put that back. So now, as promised, that orange has come up here. So that green is in. So we're one step closer. And I'm going to get this blue piece right here, into the correct hemisphere. And yes, this puzzle is finger trickable, so that's awesome. So let's swap those two pieces. So U2, R2, F2, U2, F2, R2, U2, F2, R2, and put that back. So I got that piece in. So we have 3 pieces left to go. I'm going to put this orange piece in with the orange here. So did a couple setup moves. I'm going to swap that orange with over here. U2, R2, F2, U2, F2, R2, U2, F2, R2, and put that back. So now we have 2 pieces left, and so to put in here. So let's go ahead and get this orange one in. Just a couple setup moves. We're going to put it over there. U2, R2, F2, U2, F2, R2, U2, F2, R2, and put that back. We have one more piece. We're going to swap that for that. So getting across from where it is again, like so. And we're going to put that over there. So U2, R2, F2, U2, F2, R2, U2, F2, R2, and put that back. And congratulations, we now have it back to its basic state. Okay, so our next step here is we want to solve this white center here and this yellow center here. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I have any bars to put in. And let's try to get this pair white, that piece and that piece. Let's see if we can just turn it in like so. Okay. And now I have this big bar here, so let's just turn that in. So we have a 2 by 3 block of white. And now let's get that one into here. So we can do a set, we can get that in just like, well, let's put that on the bottom. We can turn that down. We turn it over and turn that down. Turn that back, turn it over, turn it back, and then turn that back. We got that one in. Okay, so now let's get this corner down here. So you go like that, 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 and go like that. That's basic cuboid center solving, and if this white center is solved, that yellow center is obviously solved. Next step, we solve these 1 by 3 centers. So that red one's already solved, so by default the orange one is, so we simply need to solve these. So this, if you know 4 by 4, this should sound pretty intuitive. If we can take this green piece, push it out of the way on the other side, do an F2, then to go back, we now have all the centers solved. So our next step is to solve all the white edge pairs. So let's see, do I already have, yeah, see, this is what I like. When I have like 2 whites and it at least like 2 are already paired up. So let's find the last one. It's right here. So if we turn that down and we turn it to the back, we can do an L2, which gets the full pair. Now I'll turn that there, so now we can exchange this whole edge pair for this edge pair, because we don't care about that edge pair right now. So now we have exchanged it, and I will turn it back. So now I already see I have this white and orange. So let's find the last white and orange piece, and it's already where I want it. So if we go like that, we now have the whole pair. And I'm going to exchange it for a pair that we don't care about and turn that back. Let's see. So I have 1 pair, 2 pair. Okay, so let's see. Do I have another good white pair set up? No, I don't. So I'm going to have to just start going off of what I got to do here. So I'm going to turn that up to match with that. I'm going to exchange with a pair that I don't care about right now. Okay, so I'm going to turn this guy back up. And I'm going to put this guy back over there, so now we can swing them up to pair up and exchange it with something that we don't care about. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3 pairs all done. So now we have 1 more pair to go. So let's turn this white piece up and put that to the back, so now we can bring it up and exchange it with something that we don't care about. I know I'm about to break up this completely solid pair right now, but we don't care about the yellow edge pairs right now, so I'm going to turn that back. And I'm going to turn the white and red pairs I'm working on back up. Find the last white and red, which is where? Right here. So I'm going to turn that to over there, so when I swing it up, it pairs up. And then I'm going to exchange it with something I don't care about, like that, and turn it back. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 complete edge pairs that we want. So let's see, the easiest way to get our cross. See, what I'm trying to do here is get this white face. So first get the cross piece in. I already have that. And let's see, I already have my middle layer done, which is pretty nice though. Let's see, turn that slot down, accept the slot, and put it in, because we want to have our middle layer done for us. So now put in that pair right there. So now we have almost our complete face, but not necessarily the whole layer. So now let's flip it upside down so we can put these corner pieces into place. So if you know anything about cuboids, any basic cuboid, you should know this strategy to get these corners down here. It goes R2, U, R2, U, R2, U2, R. I simply do that version of the algorithm so it doesn't cause any parity for me. I know it's a bit slower in the long run, but you know, it saves me a bit of time later in the solve. So, you know. And this piece, let's put it in. R2, U2, R2. And put this piece down. U, R2, U, R2, U, R2, U2, R2. So now we have our first 2 layers complete. So now, I learned this part from Super Antonio Vivaldi. I had to resort to his tutorial on the 3x5x5. You had to treat these pieces as if they're a whole chunk, like a corner. So like this whole, so you have to treat this whole chunk here as a corner. So I'm going to put that back. So let's see what we have. Do we have any headlights? If you know 3x3 OLL, you know what I'm talking about. So no headlights, no headlights. No headlights, so let's see what I can do here to get headlights. I have a green back here and a green here, so if I swap these 2 and treat them as corners, then I should have 1 pair of headlights right here. So let's go ahead and do that. If you know cuboid, you know what I'm doing. R2U, R2, U prime, R2, U prime, D, R2, U prime, R2, U, R2, D prime. Sorry about that. So now, as promised, we have headlights right here, so I'm simply going to turn it to its side right there. So let's see what else we have. This is exactly what I wanted to get. I have 2 headlights right now. I have headlights here, and I have headlights here. So all that needs to happen here is two pieces need to swap. And if you know the laws of cubes or cuboids both work the same way, this is an impossible situation where there's only one two swap. So what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to need to get these two pairs opposite of each other. So I'm going to go ahead, do an edge swapping algorithm, R2U, R2U, R2U2, R2U2, R2U, R2U prime, R2. So now, as promised, I got these pairs that don't have headlights opposite of each other. But what I've done in the process is I've caused cuboid parity, where that was over here and that was over here. But we'll deal with that later. So now what we can do is remember when we flipped these two pieces over because they were sticking out of the puzzle? Well, what it also did was it swapped spots. So let's just go ahead and do that algorithm again. So now, as promised, they've swapped places and flipped themselves upwards. So now what I'm going to do here is B2, L2. So now, when I do that algorithm again, it'll swap these two pieces. So let's just go ahead and do that. As you can see, that kind of screwed up our centers a bit, but it'll be fine, trust me. So we go L2, B2 to reverse that. So now, as you can see, both these pieces are orange and both of these are blue. So let's just put these pieces back down and we will have headlights everywhere, which will be fantastic. So let's go ahead and fix that. So now, all we need to do is fix these centers. So what we can do here is L2, D prime. Do one of those moves, R2 with the center, D, L2, D prime, and one of those moves, and turn that back, and we solved our centers again. So now, as you can see, we still have this parity here. So let's just keep this parity on the right. So let's go ahead and solve our headlights. I just kind of did it. Well, let's see. Let's try to solve our corners now. So let's put these corners where they want to be, and these two corners want to swap. So let's actually bring the parity to where they want to swap. So it'll undo that parity. So R2, wait, will it? I'm not sure if it will. Let's just do it. R2, U, R2, U prime, R2, U prime, D, R2, U prime, R2, U, R2, D prime. And that has solved all our corners, and it has left us the parity still. So now, we are going to swap these two whole edge pairs to get them to where they want to be. So R2, U2, R2, U2, R2, U2. And that's taken away the parity and gotten that to where it wants to be. And now let's go ahead and swap these two, because they want to swap. R2U, R2U, R2U2, R2U2, R2U, R2U, R2. I'm going a bit fast here because right now we're just doing basic cuboid stuff. So when I swap these two, because they want to swap, it'll just turn back into no parity. So R2U2, R2U2, R2U2. So now all we need to do is swap these little edges around. And I don't believe I will have parity for this scramble. So let's go ahead and then swap it with an R2U2 and keep doing that. So now let's keep the parity on the right and swap these two with a cuboid algorithm. R2U, R2U, R2U2, R2U2, R2U, R2U prime, R2. And that has solved the 3x5x5. Thanks for watching, and always remember, have a great day.